Ladies and gentlemen,
say it's all about you, Jesus. My worship is all about you, Lord. It's all about you, Jesus. It's all about you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we want to start our program for today. And I do believe that we are all comfortably seated. So I'll kindly request you to stand up so that we can start with the national anthem. Thank you. You may be seated. So we want to welcome you to this inaugural conference of Meru University of Science and Technology. And as it is our tradition, we want to invite our Lord in all the proceedings for this particular conference. In this regard, I request Professor Eustace Mwenda to kindly read us in an opening prayer. Professor, please.
Thank you very much. Let us believe together and pray. O Lord our God, our very present help in time of need, you created the universe and all that is therein, and you looked at everything and said that it was good. We thank you, Lord, because you created us in your image and gave us authority to have dominion over the world. And it is on this regard, God, that we are even here this day. As we gather in this conference, we want God to share some of the various innovations and discoveries that you have enabled us achieve. And Lord, rejoice in this great world and make it a better place to live in. As we start this conference, we present ourselves before you. First of all, thanking you because of the gifts of life, and thanking you because of the gift of each other, thanking you because of the gift of our university management, thanking you because of the gift of our university council, thanking you because of the gifts of the university fraternity, O Lord, and also thanking you because of all our collaborators who we are working together with to achieve the goals of this institution. We present ourselves before you this day, that Lord, you may order our steps, and at the end of it all, we are going to give you thanks and praise. We are praying, God, for the members who are here to join us. You are going to guide them safely so that together we are going to celebrate in your goodness. Guide us this day and the whole period, and in Jesus' name we believe and pray. Amen.
Good morning, everyone. So we'll start our program as indicated in our program schedule. And just like we've said, welcome to this inaugural MASTIC International Conference. And we hope that it will live up to its expectations. Mine is very easy. We want to start the program. I want to invite the DVC academic to make some brief remarks and also try and introduce any member that he will. Karibu.
Thank you, Dr. Mamo, the staff of Meru University, and other guests, our Vice Chancellor, our DVC present. Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here today for this inaugural conference. And I want to request that we change the program a little. Instead of inviting the Vice Chancellor at this juncture, I will later invite Dr. Karanja to take us through the introduction to this pre-conference, and then later I will invite the Vice Chancellor. The VC, our staff who are here, I want to recognize first is the organizing committee, which is chaired by Dr. Omamo. Dr. Omamo, kindly, maybe you can introduce your team present. Dr. Omamo.
Thank you very much, Prof. There are members of the organizing committee who are here. Please rise up. Thank you, Prof. I think, do we have the mic? It can go around.
Please.
Please give them.
Just let them just
Alfred.
introduce them. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think this is almost the whole team, the organizing committee. Some of them are not here. I'm Dr. Amos Omamo. I acted as the conference chair this time. Here we have Dr. Karanja, who was part of the conference committee. We have Professor Mwanda, who was also part of the conference committee. We have Dr. Munialo, who was also part of the conference team. We have Dr. Mutua, who was also part of the team. We have Mr. Mailuda, who was also part of the team. We have Paul, who was also part of the team. We have one of our interns, Bosire, who was part of our conference team. We also have our other intern, Tobias. And then finally, we have Dr. Chege. But the others are outside also still trying to make this happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Omamo. Can we give them a round of applause? This is a milestone for us. It will go in the history of Meru University of Science and Technology, that committee that has done this work. We want also to recognize other members of staff who are here. I want to start by recognizing the chairs of department. So let me request all the chairs of department who are here, kindly stand up. We appreciate you. Chairs of department. Those are our chairs. And Dr. Karanja, quickly, please, you can introduce them.
Thank you, the BBC. Very briefly, I will introduce the chair of departments who are here. Standing on my right, you can raise up your hand, is Dr. Royford Jaggi. Dr. Royford Jaggi is the chair, Department of Mathematics. Then up there, we have Dr. Florence Vieikuno, the chair, the Department of Animal Science. Next to her is Dr. Mase Thranera, chair, Education Arts. Then we have Mr. Job Koresi, the chair, Electrical and Electronic Engineering. The next is Mr. Ben Asiago. Yeah, that is the chair, Department of Mechanical Engineering. Then we have Madam Millicent Kabigen, the chair, the Department of Nursing.
Thank you. Let's applaud our chairs. Next, I want to recognize the presence of our deans and directors present. Kindly rise up. Deans, directors. Dr. Karanja, kindly again.
Thank you very much. I'll start right on the left-hand side, where we have Mr. Njero. Mr. Njero is the Dean, School of Engineering and Architecture. Then up there, we have Dr. Motua. Dr. Motua, Dean, School of Computing and Informatics. Then we have Dr. Marete, Eunice Marete, our Director, Quality Assurance and Career Services. Then we have Dr. Joy Riongo, Dr. Joy Riongo, the Director, Institute of Research, and Sanitation Research Institute, sorry.
Yeah.
Then we have Professor Eustace Mwenda, Professor Eustace Mwenda, the Director, Board of Postgraduate Studies. Then we have Mohamed Shano, Daktari, the Dean, School of Business and Economics. Then we have Dr. Kennedy Gashoka, the Dean, School of Pure and Applied Sciences. Next to him is Dr. John Thoita, the Dean, School of Agriculture and Food Science. Then we have Dr. Mary Joy Kaimuri, the Dean, School of Nursing. Then we have Mr. Miriti, Dean, School of Health Sciences.
And finally,
then we have the Director, Research, Development and Extension.
I thought it is RIC.
That's what I was also thinking. Yeah.
Okay. Let's appreciate our deans and directors.
Thank you.
I want also to recognize the presence of our professors who are here. Kindly stand up, our professors. Professors, we have 3 of them. Dr. Karanja, you can do the introduction.
Yeah. We have Professor Eustace Mwenda. I believe he's a professor in the field of fluid mechanics. Then we have Professor Makanga Jacob, a professor in the department, in the School of Engineering and Architecture. We have Professor Mutema, who is a professor in the School of Health Sciences. And Chair, I can see another professor
There's
just coming
a professor
in.
coming in.
Allow me to introduce him once he's settled. Yeah, Prof, you can just stand up.
Professor Mushiri.
Yeah, we have Professor Eric Mushiri, a professor in the School of Health Sciences.
Thank you. I want to recognize also the registrar, Dr. Karanja, Stephen, also the director, TPL. Let's appreciate our professors. Let me also recognize the DVC, Professor Charity Gishuki, and I would like to request her to just come and say good morning to the guests today. Prof.
Good morning. VC, Deans, Directors, Chair of Department, DVC, all protocols observed. Good morning again. It's an exciting day, an inaugural day for us. And this is an exciting journey that we are starting together. I'm excited to see all of you, and especially excited to see the number of abstracts that have been submitted for this inaugural conference. The joy is now we have started actually talking about what we do. We are exchanging the knowledge that we have generated and also exposing the gaps that we have left in doing that research, in generating knowledge. For those of you that are very young, I'm excited to see the interns, I'm excited to see some students, I'm excited to see professors and even everyone in between, because that's what a university is meant to be. A place where knowledge is generated, gaps are left out for future to generate knowledge into. Please, every one of you who has knowledge knows that you have more questions than answers in your research. Do not be afraid to share them in this safe space so that we can keep generating knowledge, co-generating knowledge with our students and our colleagues, and creating questions for the future to keep generating knowledge. It's an exciting day. I'm happy to see all of you and to be part of this conference. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prof. Continuing with the introductions, we have our members of staff who are present, both teaching and non-teaching. Let me start with the non-teaching members of staff. Can you kindly stand up? We appreciate you. Non-teaching members of staff, kindly, wherever you are, let's appreciate those ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. The teaching members of staff, the academic members of staff, kindly stand up wherever you are. Other than the deans and the chairs, those VC, our members of staff, let's appreciate them. Thank you very much. At this juncture, I want to invite Professor Mutema, our friend Mutema, to come and make a few comments before I invite Dr. Karanja to take us through the objectives of this conference. Prof, kindly.
Good morning, everybody. Mr. Vice Chancellor, members of staff, colleagues, and invited guests, may I take this opportunity to thank the Vice Chancellor for this occasion, the members of management for the support and cooperation they have given, the Directorate of Research, and all those that were involved in preparing for this conference. Of course, I cannot forget all the entire members of staff in administration and academic who have contributed in one way or another. I'm not going to make many remarks, but I thought I should really make some few remarks, having been involved in various administrative work and research in various universities. Some of you know this. What I would like to say is that today is a milestone for this university. I'm being a Vice Chancellor, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Principal, and all those other levels. And some of the universities have taken time to have their annual conference. And today is an indication that we are growing as a university. And when history is written for this university, of course, this is one of the issues that will be indicated. Having said that, I would like to say the theme of the conference is within the context of the global trend in all the countries all over the world, including Kenya. And again, the theme is in support of our Kenya government policy, which is putting a lot of emphasis on innovation and the development. And again, it's within the context of our vision and the mission that puts a lot of emphasis on innovation. When I looked at the program, I was extremely happy to say that we have international, national researchers presenting, and the more important, our own members of staff. This is an indication that we are developing the capacity of our people, and this is the trend, and I'd really like to appreciate this. The other point I wanted to mention, which is in relation to this conference, is that I've been doing what we call regular institutional audit conducted by the Commission for University Education. I've been a chairman of panels for 8 universities now. Of course, I cannot be for this university because I'm a member of staff. But from my observation, from my experiences, from what we have seen, I would like to tell the members of staff, both academic and administration, that this is a good university. I think that is something that we should take when we are attending this university. When I'm saying this, I'm basing it on 8 broad areas. One is the area of governance, and I'm saying it in comparison to public and private universities that have been involved as the chair of the audit. The other one is academic. The other one is requirement for the stakeholders, the satisfaction of the staff with reference to working environment. I know there are issues in this university, but when we compare with others, and we know the number of universities, that is the reason why I'm saying this is a good university and you should be encouraged. The other small point I wanted to mention, and it has already been mentioned, is the critical path that a university has to follow. That is the teaching aspect, research, and investment in community development. If you look at that balance, you find that this university has really followed that critical path, and that contributes to our national development, and we become part of the global partners. The other point which I've observed when I've been here now for 5 years is the interinstitutional collaboration among the members of staff. I think we are doing it the right way. I'm not saying we have reached the threshold, but we are there, and you should feel encouraged. Those are the few remarks I wanted to make. And again, I want to thank the Vice Chancellor and all members of staff who are participating in this occasion. In the next conference, we shall do better. I'm not saying we haven't done well. There is always time for improvement. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Mutema. I would like to recognize the presence of our guests wherever they are. Feel welcome to Meru University. And also here we have the University Management Board led by the Vice Chancellor, Professor Diambo here. We recognize your presence, Prof, as our chair. Another member of Management Board is Professor Charity Gishoki, our DVC, the Registrar, the Finance Officer. I don't know whether Franco is here, is in the office, and myself. We are a lean team. We are only 6 members of University Management. I want to also, today is a day dedicated to the e-pivot. I've just seen Dr. Owiti coming in. Karibu sana. I would like, as you settle down, Professor Masinde, where is Professor Masinde? Kindly, if you're able to be given the mic there, where is our technical team? Let Professor Masinde introduce the members. I'm being told you can come over, Prof, with your team. Beatrice, Dr. Witty, and the rest, please come over for you to be introduced to the guests. Professor Masinde, take over.
Okay, thank you very much for inviting me to introduce the e-pivot team. So I'll call the e-pivot team to quickly come down here or stand wherever you are so that we introduce you. Yeah, from there you may not be audible. Kindly come down.
Plus the ones from the colleges.
Yes.
Including the EP members from the colleges. I can see Ahero, Taraka, if you're here, Kewi, kindly come in front. I can see Kewi. Please come in front so that you're able to see. Yes, please, everybody, please. Brenda Odalo, for purposes of this, we will treat you first as EP vote and later as embassy.
So when you are saying
Yes. And we can talk about the fact that we are partners from, what should I do that? As you can see, we are quite a big team. Those coming in front here are members of the ePivot team. ePivot has been working together with 6 colleges across the country. We have Ahero Vocational Training College here with us, and I'll ask members of Ahero to step forward and introduce themselves. Ahero, please, Nyakiriga.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ben Nyakiriga from Ahero Vocational Training Center.
Thank you, Ben.
Good morning, everyone. So my name is Joshua Gutu, Ahero Vocational Training Center.
Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Ochieng Evans Omondi from Ahero.
Thank you. That's the team from Ahero. We also have a team from Siala in Migori County. Yes, please. Joshua Gutu, the principal of Ahero VTC. Yes.
Thank you so much, all protocols observed. My name is Asha Bakari, Principal, Siala Technical Training Institute, and I came with a team. I think some are still on the way, but I have here one of them. Just move forward, please. This is Martin. Martin is our farm manager. We have been involved in the ePivot project, and I thank God for this far. Thank you so much.
Yes, Martin.
Good morning, everybody.
Yes.
I'm Martin Ochieng. As my principal has said, we are happy to be here. Thank you very much, Farm Manager Siala.
Thank you very much. We have also, ePivot has worked with Meru National Polytechnic. So we have a team from Meru National Polytechnic. Meru National Polytechnic seems they are going, oh, here comes Meru National Polytechnic. Please just come straight in front. Meru National Polytechnic has arrived just in time. Yes, as we wait for Meru National Polytechnic to reach here, then we have Taraka Technical and Vocational. Okay, if Taraka is not here, then we quickly go to Marimba. Marimba, a campus of Meru University.
Morning, everybody. I'm Richard Murevi Kirija from Marimba, the director of Marimba. Marimba is part of Meru University, and with me I have the part of the team that has been working under the ePivot project.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Duncan Orenge. I'm one of the tutors at Marimba, and I have been working in the ePivot project. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Shirley Fuche. I'm part of the ePivot. I'm a tutor at Marimba. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm Cecilia Wanjao, a lecturer at Meru University, and I've been working with the ePivot project. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Then now we can have Meru National Polytechnic, please. Meru National Polytechnic. Yes, just step forward and yes.
Good morning. My name is Stephen Lokaria, the current team leader of Meru National Polytechnic.
Thank you. Yeah, he's being humble. He's the chief principal.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Joseph Katopurarama, in charge of farms in Meru National Polytechnic and where the project is.
Thank you.
Good morning, everybody.
I'm Francis Itonga. I've been working with the ePivot. Thank you.
Thank you. Then we have teams from the HCD, which we're also working with. ePivot partnered with HCD. Then we have Collins. Yes.
Good morning. I'm Collins Otieno from Agriculture and Food Authority, Horticulture Crops Directorate, and one of the partners in the ePivot project. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have Kenya Water Institute.
Hello, good morning. My name is Jacob Gitonga. I'm the principal of KU Chakalika campus, one of the beneficiaries of ePivot project.
Good morning all. My name is Elkana Mapara, Principal, Kenya Water Institute, Kitui campus. Here representing the Director, KV, Mr. Kennedy Riaga. Thank you.
Hamjambo. My name is Peter Nawiri. I'm a Principal Lecturer in Mechanical Engineering at the Kenya Water Institute. And the Kenya Water Institute is involved in training, water education, research and innovation in the water sector. We have been partners in this ePivot project. Kenya Water Institute comes in terms of the water component, and we are pleased to have been involved. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Then we have the consultants of the project.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Professor John Wesonga from Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. I've been serving as a consultant on the project.
Yes. And then we have our partners from the Netherlands. Most I know you are anxious, you'll come last as hosts. We have the partners from the Netherlands, and they can.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Albertine Keijne, and I'm from the University of Applied Sciences from Housekeeping in the Netherlands, and I'm a lecturer and researcher in horticulture. My name is Ineke van Mechelen. I'm a senior lecturer in horticulture at Eres University of Applied Sciences in the Netherlands. And I was involved in the ePivot project in building curriculum and training trainers.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Mario Bate, and I'm a lecturer and researcher at University of Applied Sciences in the Netherlands, and I also was involved in the ePivot project. Thanks for being here.
I'm John My name is Lekoko. I'm part of the ePivot team also from Wageningen University, specifically from the Wageningen Center for Development Innovation. And in this project, I was supporting in the area of gender and inclusion when it comes to agricultural institutions as a whole. So for all the TVET projects in this program. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. My name is Irene Komen, Wageningen University and Research. You might be wondering what we are doing here, but we're connecting Dutch Agriculture Education Institutes together with Kenyan TVET and also University on Horticulture and Horticulture for Water. So I think that's why the big group, it's learning from each other. So it's not sort of as Dutchies coming here and telling you what to do. It's really a collaborative project between the Netherlands and the Kenyan side. And we're pleased to be here for the conference.
Thank you very much. We also have partners from Water Resource Authority.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Shani Odongo. WRA was involved in ePivot by training rowers in Upper Thika and Mid Thika. So we trained them on climate change and water resources investments.
Thank you very much, WRA. Then we have a representation from the Netherlands Embassy.
Morning, everyone. So I'm Brenda Odalo. I work for the Dutch Embassy as a policy officer, and I'm the focal person for all the education projects. Prof told me to introduce myself as the patron for ePivot. So that's my title today. Thanks, everyone.
That is where the money comes from. So if you see Brenda, please lie flat on the ground, prostrate. she's our very able donor. Thank you, Brenda. Now we have the team from Meru University, the hosts.
Good morning. I'm Daniel Moitedian from Department of Physical Sciences. I teach physics, and in ePivot Water, I've been offering technical support. Thank you.
I am Dr. Beatrice Owiti. I work for both ePivot Water and ePivot Horticulture as the communications person. I joined together the Netherlands and Kenya and the different partners in Kenya. So that's what I've been doing in the project. Thank you.
And my name is Peter Masinde. In this project, I'm the coordinator for the horticulture part, but I work in the Department of Agriculture, Meru University. Thank you very much.
Now, I have to also introduce Joshua Alini, who is the coordinator ePivot Water. He was not able to be with us today. Thank you, Prof.
Thank you. Yes, Professor Remy is actually in the British Embassy looking for the visa. That's why it's not here. My name is Professor Emmanuel Sodiambo Tienu. I'm the project director for the two projects that we have had. That is the ePivot Horticulture and the ePivot Water. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much.
I'm also the Vice Chancellor, lest you forget.
Thank you very much, Team Kubwa, and maybe if we can give ourselves a big round of applause, and then maybe we can take back our seats. And thank you very much, the conference organizer. You are kindly asked to please occupy the front seats and don't really move towards the back.
Let us appreciate that team again. Thank you very much. I'd like to recognize the presence of our Chair of Council, Professor Bosire, has just arrived. Welcome, sir. The Vice Chancellor will be inviting you to make a comment later. We also have the Chair of the Academic Committee of the Council, Mr. Waswa. Thank you very much for coming. And now I want to welcome Dr. Karanja to make a presentation about the conference, as later I invite the Vice Chancellor to make his comments. Professor Karanja, Dr. Karanja.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, the DVC, the Chair of Council, the Chair of the Academic Committee, the Vice Chancellor, the DVCs, our guests, both locally and international, members of staff, both academic and non-academic, good morning. Truly, this is a great day for Meru University, being the day that we are marking our inaugural Meru University of Science and Technology International Conference. This is a milestone. It is truly a breakthrough. And I feel very delighted today to stand here for the pre-conference of this particular event that is scheduled to start today, the 28th June, all the way to 30th June. And I do believe by the time we come to the end of this event, we shall have truly achieved our objective as a university. May I say that this particular conference is a culmination of a lot of efforts. Since 2019, coming to 2020, and now we have been working towards achieving a fully functional
research, innovation, and commercialization infrastructure at Meru University, guided by our able Chair of Council, the Vice Chancellor, the whole management. And this has been one of the dreams. And today, we have actually reached there. Reached where, as a fraternity, as a community of Meru University, we want to go to a new level where we shall be showcasing our academic, our innovations, our research outputs to the world. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, the theme of this research, it is research and innovation for sustainable development. And if you look at our sub-themes, you can actually see we focused on various items on development, starting from the agriculture sector to the area of technology, to the area of health sciences, and many areas. And we are expecting that by the time we are through, we shall actually come out with a product that will truly take development, not only for the country, but for the world, to the next stage. So surely, I'm truly grateful as the registrar in charge of academic and student affairs to the organizing committee, led by our able director of research, Dr. Omamo, and the rest of the team. And as we start today, the pre-conference, I wish to make just some few remarks. One of them is that, as I have said, this is our inaugural international conference. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now declaring that this will be an annual event. In the calendar of Meru University, this will always be there in the month of June. That's one very important point. And we would wish to inform both our staff, our visitors, and the world at large that in the month of June every year, Meru University will be conducting an international conference. I also want to say that we shall be having a pre-conference. The pre-conference will actually be targeting our postgraduate students, or rather, the product from our students, not just the postgraduates. And therefore, the deans of schools, the director postgraduate studies should actually be focusing and facilitating our students so that when it comes to the month of June, we shall be having a pre-conference where we shall be expecting our postgraduate students and our whole student fraternity to showcase their research, their innovation to the world. Much more, that our focus as a university is to position ourselves to be a conference tourism, whereby we shall be attracting presenters from all over the world. All over the world, because Meru University, maybe in a short while, we shall be showing you what and where it is positioned, both geographically and economically. And therefore, our focus of this international conference is to market it as a conference tourism in Kenya and also in Africa. whereby we shall be having presenters from local, national, regional, and international. And in this connection, I wish to invite the director in charge of quality and career services, Dr. Eunice Marete, to please come and illustrate why we intend to make this conference not only an annual event of Meru University, but an event for the whole world. Dr. Marete, welcome.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much, the Chairman of Council, the Vice Chancellor, and all other guests. I'm happy and delighted to stand before you this morning to make a presentation of Meru University of Science and Technology and a showcase of Kenya's beauty and its rich cultural heritage. I'm a lecturer in the Department of Physical Sciences and the School of Pure and Applied Sciences. A brief outline of my presentation will be the history of Meru University, Kenya in brief, the agricultural production in Kenya, the touristic sites, a glimpse of the memorable moments, our Kenyan culture, and a quick journey of magical Kenya. And lastly, I'll end by a small lyric of celebrating our country, Kenya. Meru University dates back in the 1960s when the Njorin Cheke, that is the Council of Elders of the Meru people, conceived an idea of establishing an institution of higher learning in Meru. The university sits on 540 acres of land donated by the Njorin Cheke, and this was established through a legal notice of 8th July 2008. It was a constituent of College of Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology and was awarded a charter in 1st of March 2013. A brief historical background of MUST, as you can see. Here we have our great-great-grandparent, University of London, Makerere University, University of Nairobi, KU, JKUAT, and then we have the Mecotech, which was a college, and as constituent college, Meru University College of Science and Technology, and then now Meru University of Science and Technology. Our geographical location, as you can see the red dot there, we sit right at the center of the country, and on a very bright and good day, you'll see the slope, or you'll see the Mount Kenya just behind our main administration block. The university master plan of the main campus. This is just a brief of the master plan without a lot of information. We have the university gate at the far end there. We have a proposed airstrip there. Maybe some years to come, we should be having one. And then we have a forest. We are bordering a forest that is the lower Imenti forest right at the corner here. Now, this is, the lower Imenti forest is actually a home to the many elephants in the eastern region, and I believe that these elephants are now 10 years older, and even the person probably there could be 10 years older than when the photograph was taken. This is just a scenic view of the Meru County as you drive from Nanyuki towards Meru. Very beautiful scenery with the canoras when the canora has flowered. Our vision and mission of the university. Vision is a world-class university of excellence in science and technology. Our mission is to provide quality university education training, research in science, technology, and innovation. And our core values are the competitiveness, innovation, integrity, professionalism, and quality. These are the schools of Meru University. We have 8 schools: agriculture and food science, business and economics, computing and informatics, engineering and architecture, the School of Education, School of Health Sciences, the School of Nursing, and the School of Pure and Applied Sciences. This is just a bit of the climax, just to show you the climax of an academic journey at Meru University of Science and Technology. Just keep going. Thank you. These are our contacts, our website, our email, our telephone numbers. We have a Facebook page, the Twitter, and the Instagram. Kenya, in brief, we sit at the equator, so it is summer throughout the year. Our Kenyan flag, the black representing the people of Kenya, the white, the peace and unity, and the red, the blood that was shed in struggle for independence. And then we have the green is our Kenya's natural resources, which we pride. The shield and the cross spears represent the defense of freedom. Now, just a brief of Kenya. It is in East Africa, and it lies along the Indian Ocean, bordered by Somalia on the northeast, Ethiopia on the northwest, Uganda on the west, and Tanzania on the south. It has 47 counties as units of devolved government. Kenya became Britain's East Africa Protectorate in 1895 and a British colony in 1920. The British settlers formed a government, and the Africans were prohibited from direct political participation until the 1944, when the African representatives were permitted to sit in legislature. Our Kenya's journey, we gained independence in 1963, and it became the Republic of Kenya with Jomo Kenyatta as the first president. Kenya is a democratic republic where the president is the head of the state and the government. Our formal education in Kenya was introduced by the British colonial administration, and following independence in 1963, a commission was set up to review the education system. This focused on an education system that would enhance the national identity and unity. And here we have the Kenyan education system, starting with the 7-4-2-3 system, the 8-4-4, which was introduced in 1985, and then now we have the 2-6-3-3, the competence-based curriculum, which was introduced in the 2017. Now, we welcome you to Kenya. From the world, we pride with our Pride of Africa. The Kenya Airways will bring you to Kenya. Our cities of Kenya, we have 4 cities: Nairobi, Mombasa, Kisumu, and the latest city is Nakuru. So we have 4 cities in Kenya. Our agricultural production, it dominates the Kenyan economy, the main food being the maize, the wheat, the legumes, the potatoes, the millet, the cassava, the bananas, sorghum, and the fruits. And the cash crops include the tea, coffee, sisal, wheat, pyrethrum, and cotton. Our tea farming is a leading major foreign exchange earner for the country. Our coffee farming, the coffee industry in Kenya runs on cooperative system of production, processing, milling, marketing, and the auction system. The agricultural produce, we have other produce like the sweet pea, the runner beans, the green beans, the gourgettes, the capsicums, among others. And we are also the largest producer of flowers or exporter of flowers, cut flowers, 70% going to Europe, and the flower industry is one of the country's largest source of employment. And we also export fruits, the avocados, the mangoes, and the pineapples. Now, tourism in Kenya, this is the largest, second largest source of foreign exchange revenue following the agriculture. Kenya has plenty to offer in terms of tourism. It has a climate with mostly pleasant weather conditions all year round. That's why we would say that it is summer throughout the year. Now, to begin with, we have the Mount Kenya. It's the second highest in Africa and the highest in Kenya. The Thompson Falls, about 74 meters on the Ewaso Nyiro River in central Kenya. And in 1883, Joseph Thomson, Scottish geologist and naturalist, was the first European to reach the Thompson Falls and named them for his father. The 14 Falls, located about 65 kilometers from Nairobi, spectacular 14 waterfalls about 27 meters deep. The Hell's Gate, named after a narrow break in the cliffs, once a tributary of the prehistoric lake in the Rift Valley by explorers Fisher and Thompson in 1883. The Great Rift Valley, intracontinental ridge that runs through Kenya from north to south, a valley bordered by escarpments. Very beautiful scenery. The Menengai crater, the crater is on the floor of the Rift Valley. It's located on the northern side of Nakuru, and it's a single largest surviving volcanic crater in the world. The Lake Bogoria, a saline alkaline lake that lies in a volcanic region, it is famous for geysers and hot springs. The beaches, quite big stretches of white sand beaches framed by towering tropical palms and warm turquoise waters. We have the Diani, the Nyali, the Watamu, and the Bamburi. The Fort Jesus, located in Mombasa, this was built by the Portuguese between the 1593 and the 1596 to guard the old port of Mombasa. It's one of the most outstanding and well-preserved examples of the 16th century Portuguese military fortification. The Vasco da Gama Pillar, located by the beach in Malindi, built by Portuguese explorer Vasco da Gama in 1498. The Mount Ololokwe, this is in Samburu. It's a distinctive flat-topped shaped and high sheer cliff that is about 2,000 meters high, a great adventure for hiking and rock climbing. Views of surrounding semi-arid plains from the top are breathtaking. The wildlife in Kenya. We have the big five, which we pride in. This is the buffalo, the elephant, the lion, the rhino, and the leopard. And they're called the big five because the early big game hunters considered them as the most difficult and dangerous animals to hunt on foot. The flamingos, we have the long-legged, this is the long-legged, long-necked, well-dressed in pink feathery coats. They're the top models in the world of birds. And the shores of Lake Nakuru would be the world's greatest fashion podiums. They love the water of Nakuru for the abundance of the algae. The wild beast migration. This is one of the most phenomenal natural spectacles in the world. And the climax of this is when the animals are crossing from the Mara to the Serengeti, that is from Kenya to Tanzania. And it is breathtaking because the water is infested with crocodiles. So most of the animals are eaten. There are those that survive, but they move in millions. Actually, one of the recent meetings in Parliament, the president of Tanzania said that we live, Kenya and Uganda and Tanzania, we live as brothers and sisters. Simply because the bond that has been created between Kenya and Tanzania is not just with the human beings, but also with the animals. The wild beasts conceived in Kenya, they deliver in Tanzania. So where do they belong? And this is one of the 7 wonders of the world. Just a quick snapshot to see what happens. You can stand here the whole day, from morning to evening, day after day, week after week, for quite a number of days, just watching the animals move from or cross from Kenya heading towards Tanzania. The Orpejeta Chimpanzee Sanctuary, this was established in 1993 when a rescue center in Burundi was compelled to close down due to civil war. So it opened its doors to home and nurse the brutally tortured chimpanzees. The Vipengo Ridge Golf Course, only in Africa, accredited by the Professional Golfers Association of America. The camel racing, the Maralal Camel Derby, is an annual event held mid-year just outside of Maralal town. It's Kenya's best known and most prestigious camel race, attracting both local and international competitors. This is our Kenyan currency that celebrates the wildlife. We have the shilling that has the giraffe. We have the 5 shilling that has the rhino, the 10 shilling that has the lion, and the 20 shilling coin that has the elephant. And these are our notes, and I believe that this was the time when they were launched by the central bank governor. We have memorable moments in Kenya. You all know about Ineos 159. No human is limited. We pride in Eliud Kipchoge, who did this race with less than 2 hours. And we pride in Kenyan marathon winners, so many. We could not have all of them captured here, but we are happy and proud of our marathon winners who have won so many races, so many places within the country and outside the country. Our Kenyan culture and the cuisine. We have about 42 ethnic groups. The largest are the Bantus. There's no singular dish that represents all of Kenya's wide cuisine. The different communities have their own distinct languages, the dressing, the music, and the native foods. And because of this, the country introduced a music and drama festival. This is a program under the Ministry of Education to nurture artistic talents in music and drama. The main objective is to promote culture as one of the goals of education, as well as promote extra curriculum activities within the schools, the colleges, and the universities programs. It provides a platform for pupils and the students to express their cultural activities competitively. And we start with the Meru, who are just our neighbors here. These are primarily agrarians practicing crop farming and controlled animal rearing. And we just want to take you, you may not have time to visit all these people, and just want to give you a snapshot of some traditional songs that come from the various tribes in the country. Okay, then we have the Maasai. They are the most iconic symbol of Kenyan culture. The Maasai people are nomadic people who stick to their traditional way of handling livestock, and also we'll just give you a glimpse of the Maasai traditional dance. have the Samburu. They are the pastoralists and they reside in the northern plains of Kenya. These tribes have not, we've just picked them not in any order, so there is no preference of one over the other. And a bit of a traditional dance from the Samburu people. Moving to the Minjikenda, down to the coast, they reside in the coastal region with about 9 sub-tribes who share common practices and language. They practice agriculture as a primary economic activity. They grow crops such as coconut palm to obtain wine. They are skillful in making mats and baskets, among other weaved products. And a glimpse of some dance from the Griama, one of the tribes. To the western, the Luya people grow various cash crops, including the sugarcane, and bullfighting is an iconic sport in the tribe. A bit of the Bukusu dance. You can see the difference in the dancing styles. Every community has a distinct dancing style. The Kalenjin is renowned for its excellent record in multiple athletics competitions. And here we have a Kipsigis traditional dance. We go to the Kikuyu. The tribe resides in central highlands of Mount Kenya that are good for production of coffee and tea. And a traditional dance from the Kikuyu. Thank you. University students performing a Kikuyu cultural dance, just as slide games. along the lake to the Luo, they grow crops like sugarcane and cotton, and they are skilled fishermen. And we'll see a traditional Luo dance here. Very well dramatized. We go down to the Kisii. They are well known for the soapstone carvings, pottery, and basketry. They have excelled in varied commercial activities. They grow crops such as coffee and bananas, pyrethrum, and tea. And let's see a dance from the Kisii. You can see the instruments. And to the Kamba, they are skillful in basketry and wood carving. They are also hunters and farmers. During the pre-colonial period, the Kamba participated in long-distance trade. And here, a Kamba dance.
Ready to present a Kamba traditional dance entitled Kilumi. Oh yes, Kilumi. It is a dance performed by young men and women during happy occasions like marriages. From our the dance, here again.
And now, as I end, I just want to teach you a few words of Kiswahili. Hello, jambo, hujambo. Thank you, asante. Please, tafadhali. How are you? Habari gani? Goodbye. Kwaheri. Water. Maji. See you later, tutaonana. And today being a Tuesday is Jumanne. Nice to meet all of you. Nafurahi kuwaona. Or nice to meet you. Nafurahi kukuona. And as I end, I want to give you a summary of magical Kenya.
The wait is over. After what seemed like endless months and weeks of staying at home, it's time to once again take to travel. It's time to go on an adventure, relax, unravel, and unwind. At magical Kenya, we have missed you. And while you were away, a lot happened. Our rhino population increased in number. So did our elephants and giraffes. The vast plains of the Mara became greener. And we reviewed our health and safety protocols to ensure a safe travel to destination Kenya in the new normal. We have put in place all the necessary measures to make your travel safe and relaxed. From your flight to your hotel of choice, or even as you head out for a game drive, nothing has been left to chance. With this in mind, it's time now to rediscover the magic of Kenya and nourish your wanderlust. We are ready to reconnect you with nature as you explore new adventures and discover new places. And there's quite a lot of catch-up to do. Come experience the great wildebeest migration at the Masai Mara. Or if you're into aquatic escapades, then the incredible whale migration at the coast awaits you. Sample a variety of sumptuous dishes from across the country. So, pack up your bags and get ready to treat yourself to an exciting adventure as you rediscover the true magic of Kenya. Magic.
And this cannot be complete without celebrating our country, Kenya. So you can join me as we celebrate our country, Kenya.
Daima.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. You're most welcome to Kenya, Meru University, Meru County, Kenya. Thank you very much.
I think we can give her a better clap, yeah? Thank you very much, our Director, Quality and Career Services. I believe now, members, you believe why this should be an international conference, which also promotes tourism, isn't it, yeah? Those are some of the things our international community, the ones who will come from the border, outside the borders of this country, will enjoy. At this particular point, ladies and gentlemen, just some few notices before I invite the DVC ASA to take us now to the next level. That we shall we have Wi-Fi. I believe you can project on the screen. For those who would like to use internet, as it comes up, the username is conference. Conference, the word conference starts with a capital C. Conference, then _ 2022. Conference _ 2022. As I have said, the word conference starts with a capital letter. Then the password is, I believe it must be coming, MUSTIC, MUSTIC, with M capital, 2022. In a short while, it will be on the screen. The other thing that I would like to bring to the attention of all the participants is that the washrooms are available. We have washrooms in the second floor, but those who, we are right now on the first floor. We have washrooms in the second floor, but we have washrooms in the next block on my left on the first floor. But in case of any problem, we have ushers outside who will direct you. We shall be having refreshments. The refreshments, we shall take them in the first floor where we are, still on my left. And we have exhibitors along the corridor. At your free time, please visit them. So ladies and gentlemen, the username, as I was saying, is on the screen for the Wi-Fi and also the password. And at this particular point, ladies and gentlemen, I wish now to invite the DVC in charge of academic and students affairs to take us to the next level. Karibu, Prof.
Thank you, Dr. Karanja and Dr. Marete. We are privileged also to have partners and sponsors, and I wish to appreciate them. NRF, the National Research Fund, KenGen, ICT Authority, as well as NAFIC. From tomorrow, those who will not be able to attend physically, our ICT team here, the ABLE team here, they have a link where they will be able to follow the proceedings and also present virtually. I now, for those who came late, my name is Professor Simon Duranera. I'm the acting Deputy Vice Chancellor in charge of academic and student affairs. At this juncture, I wish to invite the Vice Chancellor, Professor Romanus Othiambo, to make his comments and also introduce the council member and also the chair of council. Prof, karibu sana.
Thank you, Professor Turanira. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. Yes, my name is Professor Romanus Othiambo. I'm the Vice Chancellor, and I'm very happy to be here. This day is very, very important for all of us. as Meru University of Science and Technology, celebrating our first international conference. And just before I call the chair and the chair of council, I would really like to tell the Professor Turanira with your team, of course led by Karanja and Dr. Omamo, and all the members of the organizing team, thank you very much. When I came here about 4 years ago, we said we will stabilize our academics, and indeed we have done that. But we also said we'll also actualize our dreams of being one of the best in conference, in research, in innovations, IP, commercialization, and all these kind of things. And one way of really disseminating and showing people this is basically having functions like this. And so today, Chair, we are seated here just celebrating our first international conference. Can we clap for all of us, please? And we are branding our conference as maybe Edu tourism, Edu conference tourism. And for our guests, seeing us from all over the world, Chair, you may know, I don't know whether you have checked the book of abstracts. We have presenters from Kenya, presenters from South Africa, from all over Africa. We have people from UK, quite a number. And of course, my friends and our friends from Netherlands, you are here. We have presenters from US, from Canada, and many, many more. Indeed, what we have in our first annual conference, indeed, a real international conference. And this is a culture we want to continue with going forward, to be a university of excellence, not only in teaching, not only in research, but also in linking countries, linking the world, because that's what a university is all about. A place where you promote diversity, a place where you interact, a place where you choose to sit together and really talk and impact, transform, and change the world. And I think that's what we were meant to be. And so when my former student, very intelligent Eunice Marete, was taking us through the journey from University of London to Mars, I just say, yes, we are getting there. So Eunice, great. It was not a mistake that I taught you. Very proud of you. Those are the kind of people I produce, ladies and gentlemen, and they are excellent. I think we enjoyed what she has taken us through, and the conference is meant to bring the whole world together. That as we interact and discuss the things we do, we also show people the beauty and the diversity of Kenya. And we want to do this every year. And this is something we really want to continue doing. And so today, again in future, the first day will always be a pre-conferencing day. And today we'll only have 2 activities. One, because as it's an international conference week, we decided to settle on 2 activities. One is a pre-conferencing event that will be led by the team, a research team that I've been directing. And that's why we are here in a big way. The whole of my family, research family is here. And so we'll have that, and we all invite you to really go through that and attend that. The second one, the council has been promoting internal research, that our staff, especially the young staff, that they are trained on doing research, they are trained on discovering knowledge, and as a way of really showing that they are actually doing this, we chose that the second part of this day also, all our internal researchers will also be presenting to us what they have been doing. And this is a culture we want you just to accept it. And it's not that your employer is monitoring you, is policing you. It's just that they want to check, we want to check whether we are doing the right things. And the process will start really growing up. And so tomorrow, I know you have the book of abstract and the conference proceedings and all the rest. We'll start the real now. We'll have 2 days of the conference. In the morning, it will be presented by none other than our PS, State Department of University Education and Research, Ambassador Mudaura. No, it's not Mudaura. Ambassador Nabukwesi, I'm sorry, you guys forgive me. Ambassador Simon Nabukwesi. He'll be here. I talked with him this morning. He'll be here. And all of us. And for us, our staff, our students, and our collaborators, please, let's be together. Wherever you are, if you are not able to be here physically, there's a link. Join us together. I do not want to continue talking so much. I would really like to appreciate our Chair of Council, Professor Bosira, for coming and pushing us so much. I'm so aware you are happy that at least this is happening. And not to forget my friend and the Chair of Academic, Mr. Waswa Wekesa. You are too firm, one, too firm sometimes. And I think you are happy to see this. And ladies and gentlemen, with a lot of humility, I want us to put our hands together as we welcome Mr. Waswa Wekesa to make a few remarks to invite the chair so that we can go to the next one. Thank you very much, and God bless
you. Good morning to you all. Thank you so much, Professor Diambo, the chair of the University Council, the University Management, our visitors from ePivot program and project. It is my humble pleasure to be here and to be part of this innovative approach insofar as the university is concerned. My name is Waswa Wekesa. I want to thank sincerely our Vice Chancellor for starting to actually walk the talk. When you hear him saying we are too firm on him, we do not do it in adversity. We do it with a lot of love because we want Meru University to be on the trajectory that other global universities have actually walked. So for those of you who might also be feeling the small hit that is coming through, we want to apologize right now, but the hit will definitely increase as we move forward. And also to thank the committee that put the entire activity together, led by Dr. Mamo. This is really innovative. This is really progressive. And just to echo what the VC was talking about, Dr. Marete, you did a very good fuse of putting together something that is out of the coded and very scientific world that we live in of research, innovation, and commercialization. We could now see ourselves in the different cultures of Kenya and also appreciating every component of that. We really take that opportunity also to thank whoever else is concerned with this particular arrangement. Now, from my end, my capacity as the chair of the academic committee, I would want to also bring the regards from the council. They are deeply concerned about research. We want to be different. We don't want to be like the other universities who probably a lot of time is spent on teaching. We want to see our faculty actually doing research. We want to see a lot of commercialization coming out of here. And a lot of times when we actually have a chat with our very able chair, Professor Mwebi, whom I must thank God our paths crossed. There's a lot of passion from where he's coming from. He means well. I would want the naysayers who think that we are here to monitor or to oversight. It is not the case. We really want you to tap into his experience. He's been globally around, so he knows something that could actually be very useful. Like I said earlier on during one of the meetings, it would be a big mistake if we ever got a situation where somebody picked him out of Meru University and took him somewhere else. We have a gem here which we need to work with. We also want to thank our VC for having very good partners and friends from the Netherlands. This does not come easy. It takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of effort, and this persistence is what is culminating in whatever we are doing. So from my end, I would just want to say that we will commit a lot of resources, especially to research. We are keen to see that the young faculty actually take up their place insofar as doing research is concerned. We want to see innovation. We want to see products that go into commercialization. We want to see publications. That is the joy that we will derive out of this. Any other unintended outcomes that comes out of that, maybe because faculty will now be earning more money than they have, will also be greatly appreciated. So kindly bear with us as we push this new paradigm shift. I know we've been comfortable very much with a few areas, but we are going to slightly go through some thunderstorms. For those of you I saw a very good picture of Kenya Airways delivering you. There's a time when the pilot tells you, fasten your seatbelts, because we are going to get some turbulence. There's some turbulence that comes with change. Kindly take it in kind that this is meant for a very good and prosperous university. So we will, like I said, commit a lot of our resources to this pipeline. We are very serious as part of our strategic plan, and to be able to support the university from the thinking the Nchurin Checkers had, so that we are truly an international university that has shaken all that is associated with mediocrity, but something that is very progressive, something that is global, and we want to put must at that level. So it's my singular kind of now pleasure to invite our chair of council, Professor Mwebi, a man whom I have known for a while now, to actually also come and address us and give us his remarks. Thank you so much, and have a good scientific conference. Professor Mwebi.
Thank you, Mr. Waswa, our chair of the academic committee, our vice chancellor, Professor Odhiambo, senior management, the representative of Netherlands Embassy in Kenya, Brenda Odaro, the guest speakers, global, Kenya and beyond, the e-Beaufort project teams from Netherlands, the sponsors, NRF, KenGen, and ICT, the organizing committee, the faculty, students. Good morning. Oh, it's up. Yeah, it's still morning. It gives me a pleasure to be here today, to be part of this first international conference. And as a chair, I feel proud because I can add it to my CV. that during my tenure, actually saw the realization of an international conference. The conference theme, Research Innovation for Sustainable Development, is consistent with SDGs, with the trends in the world, and also this conference is in a faculty journey, scholarly journey, through the ranks. It's one of the major landmarks in that journey, in that nexus. As a faculty, previously I was a professor of education in Canadian University, and globally, we all get, once you get employed as faculty, the most important is research. So you conduct research, but research makes sense. And I remember publishing in one of my doctoral research in the University of Alberta, they used the theme they had is research makes sense. Research makes sense. And again, research makes sense if you are able to present in a peer-reviewed conference. And today, you are right on the right track. Some of you are not necessarily faculty, some of you are doing other, but this is the landmark, the journey of a scholar. You do research, you share. There is a concept that emerged some time back. We used to call it KSTE, knowledge, synthesis, translation, and exchange. So you go collect knowledge. But knowledge is not enough unless that's data, unless you synthesize it. Unless you go further and translate so that that research can be read by different audiences. I remember I did a research here in Kenya, and because I was aware of my audience, I had it translated, it was in English, translated into Kisi. I think you saw the people who are playing a guitar, the largest guitar in Africa. That's the community I come from. So the narratives had to be translated into Kisi. And then I was aware of Kiswahili, spoken by almost 500,000 billion people in Africa, in Africa. So I also had it translated into Kiswahili. Then I was aware that in Canada, where I was working from, we have French. Again, I had it translated in French. So you see now my audience was expanding, and they were trying to get. So research, translation is very important. Then exchange. That's where we are. The exchange is important. You can do research. If you don't exchange, it doesn't make sense, isn't it? It doesn't make sense. And that's why this is where you come to your peers and say, this is my research that I conducted. Can you give me your perspective? Because I expect that at the end of this conference, you are planning to publish your work. So this is where to get your input. Because you have structured your paper according to the expected methods, how you conducted it, and your findings. From here, we expect, I hope that this is something that is under consideration, that publish all the research that is coming out of this conference. And for us, so in this research journey, publishing in peer-reviewed journals, I'm told that there are journals that you pay to publish. Don't go there. Publish in reputable international journals in your field. In your field. That is the direction you should. So I hope that this is something that, so next time, maybe next year, I know peer-reviewed journal take 1 year or 2 years. So when I Google some of the abstract, so you see them in some of the reputable journals. So, the council, my university council where I came, our focus is on research. Faculty research. I'm very happy that through the initiative of the council, of course, it's been ongoing even before we came in, that those internally funded, which are basically seed money to enable young faculty to grow. Some of the presentations are coming from that. And as a council, we are committed to support faculty research, faculty seed money, seed grant, to put them on their feet so that they can conduct research, publish in peer-reviewed journals, and then so that they can, once you have published in peer-reviewed journals, you can now compete for global funding, because there's a lot of money in global funding, a lot. But you cannot be rated if you have not published. And not only published, but if your publication are 3 years and younger, 1 to 3 years old. I think some 5, if they are more, more considerate. But 3 years, so look at your track. As a council, and I think my chair of the academic did mention that we are very committed to establishing research, innovation, and IP commercialization pipeline. We are building a pipeline, not for oil, but research, innovation, and IP commercialization. Over the years, I think globally, many universities have challenges even from government to get funding. But because of that, many universities have shifted to intellectual capital. So today you are affirming, and as in the practice, that what we are discussing here, your research, is intellectual capital. And because of intellectual capital, there is a possibility of innovation and commercialization. Some of the leading universities, like University of Oxford, when they were doing some research on its impact on the UK economy, they found that the intellectual capital, that is research and training, or knowledge-based activities, generated 15.7 billion pounds. I don't know, I'm not a mathematician, but I'm sure those are trillions. University of Toronto receives always about 100 billion Canadian dollar research grants. And out of that, every year they come up with 50 industries informed by the university research innovation. And they also contribute about $15 billion to the Canadian economy. I can give examples and examples, but the message is that through research and innovation, we have a possibility to generate our wealth. Like we were in Toronto with Professor, not in Toronto, but Canada, with the VC, and we went to University of Ottawa. The Faculty of Engineering has over 546 industries, new industries in their industrial park. And they are engaged with the product of research and innovation. We want to build an industry. We have enough land here. We have too much land. We want to have an industrial park. But now, if we put an industrial park, the council wants the products, innovative products, to do what? So it's a challenge. We have an IP policy that is favorable for innovators, even including from outside as long as from academic. So I think we really need to shift. And that's why we are saying that pipeline will keep on re-emphasizing the importance. And because of that, there's a very important component in research, that is graduate students. We are very committed to increase the number of graduate students through research assistantship or teaching assistantship. Why? Graduate students are a catalyst. Even those I'm mentioning in University of Ottawa, the students are the catalyst. They come with a problem for faculty to mentor. Sometimes the faculty, you may not have time to look for a problem. But they are intentionally, we want to have graduate students with problems that they can be solved through research. We want faculty to be involved in admission of such students. We don't want students who just pass by that because they want to have a master's here or a PhD, but we want students who will be able to submit their research interest, pair them with the faculty who has also a room for supervising. And that student will be mentored, and that's why we were told that most of the products, innovations are from students. So again, That is the council commitment with the management. Lastly, we are very committed to internationalizing this university. I'm really happy with the team from Netherlands, from UK. And in Canada, recently, we had engagement with 7 institutions, 2 colleges, Medicine Hat, and North Alberta Institute of Technology, one of the largest institutes of technology in North America, with an operational budget of 25, I think it was 30 billion. Yeah, Canadian dollar 30 billion. You know, our budget cannot even be, that's an institute. But what they do is they do a lot of support in capacity building, customized training, and they are top in oil and gas and energy, renewable energy. And they are willing to work with us. We have started the meetings. We have now meetings with Medicine Hat on corporate training, which we will be able to leverage on their expertise and work with us to support sectors in Africa. Thompson Rivers University in British Columbia, Kamloops, we have wanted to work with them on data science and respiratory certificate to support the respiratory-related diseases. Respiratory therapy is a very rare, unique program that supports doctors and nurses working in ICU, and it's not available even to doctors, so we'll be able to support doctors in the region in Africa to get that kind of important University of Ottawa. We're working towards. The other element in this is student mobility. We are working towards having what they call 1+1. Student taking 1 year here and then go to Canada, or Canadian coming here. So that kind of mobility, 2+2, or 3+1+1. We are also having a very, very important, we have signed an MOU with Dalhousie University on a research, on micro research project led by one of the own medical scientist, Professor Noni. And the idea is they are going to train 30 of our faculty on research. That research requires to work in a team of 3. So we are going to have about 8 teams, and they'll be trained, and then they will conduct research. There will be a city grant that they will be given, which will enable them to complete that research, and that research will be published in peer-reviewed journals. So that will be able to build the capacity of our young faculty. Also, at the house setting, we are working on a project to make this university a center of excellence in agriculture. Again, that one is a work in progress. So there's a lot that is going on, and I know the faculty, like my colleague said, there is a hit. They are working across, groups and groups. They are working as they have been working with the team from Netherlands. That's the trend now in our university. We are there to support, totally to support. And lastly, I want to say that please feel welcome to this university, even after this conference. We are there to host you, to welcome you, and take advantage of what we have here within the university and outside the community is a lot, and make friends, and think that is that would be great. So I want to really thank everyone and wish you good and great conversation. And I think the topics are the themes are very consistent with the trends, the challenges we have in special science and technology. And I think this is the very appropriate time. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, let us give the chairman of council a better clap. Thank you very much, our chair, for the words, very encouraging, giving us direction. We are truly grateful. At this particular point, we shall take a health break. The health break, I think you shall actually see places whereby you can be served with a cup of tea. Others, we shall actually walk to the Innovation Center. Then immediately after that 30 minutes break, we are going to converge here. Because as you are aware, today is pre-conference, and in our next session, we shall be having a speaker. And that speaker will actually be addressing all of us, including the ePivot team from here. Then after that, we are going to break into various rooms. So I'm requesting you kindly, after the break, let us converge here in 30 minutes' time. The ePivot team, kindly, I'm reminded that you are taking your tea in Theatre 4. Theatre 4, you shall be shown the stairs up there. That is where the ePivot team will take their cup of tea. Thank you very much. I think at this particular point now, I'll request that we take a health break.